It's Friday. Welcome back to another AFSTREAM, October 17th. I just decided to start the stream with some piano sounds. Why not? It's the AFSTREAM of consciousness. We are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Cake, and Facebook. And this is another AFSTREAM on an October fall morning-ish. It's kind of like going towards noon. October 17th. I see you, Kim. Welcome back. Well, I mean, technically, welcome back to all of us. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to figure out a way to start the streams without the thing is with like actually a roller coaster, because it plays every time on like the intro. The problem with it is it gets copyrighted every single time, and like the process of, you know, actually going through like actually clearing the whole thing is like it's a pain. And so I'm like, I've been trying to kind of start the streams without it. And so yeah, that's the thing. But I do like the little kind of a setup for the stream. So I do have to figure out I don't know, like the best way to actually do that. Maybe I should just put a song on the intro that is not out yet, so therefore it can't be copyrighted just yet. This is the AFSTREAM of consciousness. I gotta put the camera on. I need to put the camera on for the GoPro. Give me a second, please. Actually, I could probably even do it on here. Yeah, I can do it like this. Perhaps. Oh, doesn't let me do it. 1 second. I hope you still have my audio. I think you should still have my audio, but the picture is not there right now, I understand. And I'm trying to see how can we get this. Sometimes it just doesn't want to play nice, but then we bring it right back to, or maybe it doesn't come back. Maybe it's just a blank. It's just a blank thing. Okay, 1 second. We're having some technical difficulties here this morning on the AFSTREAM of consciousness. But I'm just trying to turn on the camera so we can have both angles. And let's see if this one works. La 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 la. Da. Come on. Where are you? I'm still here, by the way. I'm still here, I promise. I'm just trying to get the GoPro to turn on. And sometimes it doesn't want to play nice. But hopefully this time it'll play nice. We will get it. It'll work. Come on, GoPro. You got this. You know you can do this. It's not showing up. Man. Sorry about that. this is the nice little, oh, it's on, I think. Let's see if I can turn it back on. Can I turn you on? Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So it should be working now. Okay, good. At least for a second before it went off. Gosh, so annoying. All right, let me see if I can bring it back. GoPro, Hero, 9, black. Okay, here we go. Come on back. Okay, here we are. See, when things work, we take them for granted. Because when they're not working, wow, just spent the first 15 minutes of this, or whatever, how many ever minutes I've been on, troubleshooting. So, here we are. Just a nice little palette, or like a palette cleanser. Anyways, how's life going? What is going on? What are we doing? It's Friday. Still feeling the same-ish. Maybe a tiny bit better. So we shall carry on. Carry on. We shall carry on. Yesterday, I started working on this. Well, actually, I listened to Zodiac because I did the mix and I wanted to have just like a listenable thing because I hadn't bounced it yet. I have a bounced version of Zodiac and I had like a listen in the car and I'm like, okay, cool. It's in a good spot, but it definitely needs a lot of work to get to where I think it can't get to. And it's just, little minor stuff, but kind of like, mixing stuff, but it's going to get there and it's going to be amazing. And then I started actually working on this other idea yesterday and I just kind of got lost in it. It's an interesting one. It's more like dancey, housey kind of vibe. And so I was like, yeah, let me just gonna start working on that. And then I found this like little like spoken word thing on it. Like I think it was like, from like Splice. So I like actually chopped it up and blah blah blah. And yeah, I'm gonna play it and just gonna play around with this one and see where this one can go. And it's kind of an interesting vibe, but let's see where it goes. I basically got this idea because I just had basically it started with this idea that just kind of actually came into my head, and it sounds like this. Nope, not that. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Whoops. So that's how this whole thing started. Right? And it's a sound from like a cashier's, like a cash register. Like it's like the little like the actual like ticket that goes ding, that like a ding sound. I was like, that's a cool like sound. So I decided to take that sound and then sample it and then I turned it into, so it's like ding 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 from like the little cash register thing. And I was like, that could make a cool little track. And then I did that, right? And then this bass line came, which sounds like this. Right? And then I was like, all right, let me develop it more. So I put some actually drums in there. And then I processed that little sound too. So you will hear it all. I'm going to play you the track, but I just wanted to kind of break down how it all came kind of together. But it's a really cool one, and I have an idea for it. You know, and it's just another nugget from the heavens, and I was just here to capture it. And let's see what it sounds like. And I hope the sound is good. Cool. It definitely does have some like spooky vibe into it too. Cool, right? Hey, you don't know about this, don't know about this, don't know about that, don't know about this, what about what? How they go, huh? Don't know that, how they do something and don't know that. You know what I mean? Go really anywhere. But anyways, that's what we have, and it all started from this little sound. And that's how like the idea developed. And then I chopped up this like spoken word thingy as just inspiration. I don't think I'm going to keep this, but I think once I like actually write the track and I write the song, I'm going to like have something like this. But it sounds like this. And I haven't listened to this yet. So I'm going to actually listen to it together, because I did it, you know, yesterday, and then I came back today, and now we're going to have a listen together. I think it's interesting, but just, you know, let me know. I just like chopped it up. different. I don't know. It's just my brain. Whatever happens, we just. And then what I like also did for like the breakdowns and like whatever, like the breakdowns, but like actually before the drop, my like idea was like I want to have like an actual contrast between like, you know, the way like the drums sound in the drop, because I want them to be exclusively for like the actual drop. So I used a different kind of like a kick, you know, combination. So the kick for this part sounds different than the kick for the drum. So it's like more like live and more like kind of like brighter. Right? And then when you go to the drop, it sounds, it's more like, it's kind of like darker and moodier, and you also get like that reverse kind of clap. So anyways, I think yeah, I think this has some potential, and I'm just gonna dive into it and see what else I can add to it before I bounce it out as just an idea. And we never know. Like this is really cool too, but I don't want it to be actually playing the whole time, so I'm just gonna like actually chop it up, and it's only going to kind of highlight the way like the vocal sits, so it goes da da da. So I'm gonna chop it up. Da da da. So we need 3. Then I'm gonna mute that, and then it'll sound like this. Maybe here? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Maybe not the, maybe just this part of it. Just this part of it could be cool. And maybe also for the drop, I can also use a different snare too. I don't know. We'll see. We're just gonna make sure that this is gonna hit really, really hard. You know. The contrast is really cool and definitely accentuates the sound. Yeah, definitely. It's just like again, it's all about kind of actually creating those kind of like the contrast stuff in, like if you think about it, pretty much all of music is about contrast, right? It's like when a note is playing, there's no silent, and when there's silent, there's no note. And it's the same thing as like, you know, when it comes to like actual like, you know, frequencies, when there's a certain frequency playing, and and say like it's like a constant, and and like the constant is the kick, and you just kind of hear it on that, like, floor on the floor for the, like, for like the whole, like, breakdown. Like your ears get used to that sound, and then when like the drop hits, it's a completely different kick. So it kind of makes that drop that much more unique, if that makes any sense. And again, like I really actually don't do that with a lot of like, songs or like, tracks, but I don't know, I just felt like this, for whatever reason, there should be that contrast. And like also like the notes, like the whole thing is like kind of darker, and I want to now want to add more like actually bubbly stuff to it, and more like brighter, some like brighter stuff to it. And um so anyways, that's the thought behind that. I also added these like um like I actually recorded these things with my mouth, and I call it mouth perk. And they just kind of add this like weird little clicky thing to the, so actually it's like a good thing that I soloed those, because I need to get rid of the noise in the middle. But you see, it's like just like a little click. And when you take it out, it's just a, and we don't need that. And then that little click, and it's always good. And it just kind of adds like a weird thing. I don't know. Makes the, I just love these like little actually quirky little things that you can add to the drums or whatever, It's like, it's very human. This is something that actually AI can't create, human things. Which is funny because we actually have this friend, and she loves to write, like actually like, stories, and also actually lyrics and stuff like that. And she was kind of, she was kind of frustrated, and she's like, man, like I really want to be able to like have my actual lyrics like, heard, and like I want actually Sabrina, like, Sabrina Carpenter to, record them. And I'm like, okay, well, you got to start somewhere. And right now it's a perfect time for someone like yourself who writes actually lyrics, because we are in like the era of AI, and it's getting just better every week. And so I actually told her about Suno. I haven't used Suno yet. I've been using kind of a similar thing. Not that I have been using it, but I was sent an invitation by Google DeepMind, they have a similar thing where you can actually prompt the AI and just kind of spits out like a track or whatever, songs or whatever. Um, but I actually told her about Suno, and I said, you know, this is gonna be a great step for you because you have like we have actually reached a place in, you know, like actually technology that like someone like yourself who actually needed to have like a producer and an engineer and studio and musicians and like other writers and stuff like that to kind of get your like ideas heard, or like actually just kind of make like just have your ideas tangible, right? Because like when you write, it's different on paper than when it becomes a song and like an actual singer sings it and all that stuff, right? So she's been using Suno and it's changed her life. I mean, it and the quality of the stuff is like really good. Like it's really, really, really good. Um, so it's giving me a chance just to see like someone that I told them to go use Suno and they are, but I actually haven't yet. I haven't yet. But it gives me the ideas of like, you know, it is kind of cool because I like she actually sent me the like the Suno stuff that she made with her lyrics, and I'm like, man, like this some of this stuff is like like really 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 actually solid, you know, like it really like, you know, like I have 20 I dedicated 20 years of my life on this earth, every waking second, like this is not an exaggeration, like my whole life is this. My whole life is this, like that's just what it I dedicated, and I've learned the craft of production, sound design, mixing, mastering, songwriting, recording, all of this stuff. I mean, that's just on like the creative side. Like now we're talking like marketing and design and performing and DJing. Like there's a lot, right? But I'm just talking about like just like making the song. Like this is 20 years of my life that I had to craft all of this, like to truly master my craft, right? And now, you know, like to actually truly master my craft, to be able to bring the ideas that I am given to life, right? But the truth is like we all have ideas. Like we all have like actual concepts or whatever. And I feel like with this new era, someone like her who doesn't have like the background in or like the actual training in like production and all this stuff, it will help her just make her ideas tangible for the average person to actually hear. And for someone like myself who is, you know, well versed in their craft and know how this works, I can say, oh, actually that's a cool idea. We can kind of build on it and build and do that. So it's a very powerful tool. It's a very, very powerful tool. What it won't do though, what it won't do just yet is like the ideas that I'm actually sharing with you right now. This idea of me using this kind of a clippy thing, like you won't have you it just it can't think like that. This is human made by me, my thought. I recorded a vocal thing, and then this was just like the by like product of me, just like I don't know, my like my actual mouth kind of clicky sound. And I was like, actually this might sound cool with like the actual drums. Like it's gonna give it a cool sound. And like when you listen to it with the actual drums, for example, it's just yeah. So basically you can't have AI, like AI just can't think like that because it only creates things that's or that like already exists. It kind of creates based on what's been already done, right? But if you do have the skill sets like I do, and you can use that to kind of generate this idea, like you know, for example, like I had this idea when I was brushing my actually teeth, my actually teeth, and I was like, it would be cool to have a chorus that goes, "She is The love of my life. Right? I was like, it would be cool to have a like an actual chorus that goes she then stops. It's the love of my, and then like the whole track goes. I can just like before, not like before, but now I like what I would have to do to bring that to life is to record my vocal, then harmonize it, process it, make it sound really good. But now I can just record like the idea, which is she, and I don't need even like this. I can just do it on this, and then I can say I want this harmonized and add like harmonies, and also make it like a psychedelic rock dance like track, da da da, and it'll do that. And chances are it might be something that like that's cool, and then I can have the stems and I can bring the stems into my DAW and I can work with that and it's still my creation, if that makes any sense. So this is what's really happening. Now there's also the other side of it where it's like there is music that's being generated like just purely by AI. And I saw somewhere that like Spotify just deleted like 70 million songs off their platform. It's all like AI generated. So it's pretty intense, right? Um, but it just, I think in 4 year, in like 2 years, maybe not even 4 years, because that's just too long. It's an interesting way that actually culture works, but it'll be a different kind of like, it's just going to be a different landscape. And I think also for like actually artists like, myself, like I've been doing this for so long, and I do have like a fan base, and I do have people who do like know my work, and I'm doing this is like live, like this is not AI generated, like this is me, right? And I feel like there is this, level of like I let you in on to my workshop of this is how I create it, and this is what I have done. And so there is value there, and there is this thing that's more like personable and personal, and uh yeah. So I think a great thing that is happening now is to be able to learn something like a Suno, and for example, Kim, like you're trying to do all the stuff that you're trying to do. I think it's an important thing. It's almost like, do you know what it is? It's the same thing as this. It's like if there is a new technology that does like heart like surgery, and the heart surgery is of course like the technology behind like the machine is, it's like basically, excuse me, um it's basically based on like millions of studies on like heart surgery and how it's done, da, 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 and like they've made this um like machine that can like precisely do heart actually like heart surgery. And um and um but if you are like a heart surgeon, you know exactly what this machine is doing, and if it does something that's not like the way it should be, like you can actually catch it, and you can like um you know what I mean? So it's the same kind of thing. Not saying that music is like heart surgery. It's actually harder to make a good song that people like. It is much harder than heart heart surgery. Um but having said that, it's a beautiful thing that if you have the knowledge of this is how this works, this is how a cake fits into a bass line, and this is why it works, then you can have a thing like a Suno that can really help like kind of bring your ideas to life, and then you can take those stems and then make the stuff that you want. Yeah, anyways, it's really really cool. It's really really cool. And she's been very very happy, and that's cool. I've been trying to figure out how to grow as a songwriter while still learning production, so this can be extremely useful for me. Absolutely, absolutely. um Now there is one part of it where it's like, you know there is actually value in knowing how um how like things are made. You know what I mean? Like if you just let the machine do what it's doing, it's like, I don't know. Um, you can lose some. Uh, I don't know. Uh, maybe I'm wrong too. It because at the end of the day, it's like, music is supposed to make you feel something, right? Um, and since the dawn of man, music has been like a man or a woman made thing. It's human made. That's what music and art in general, it's like a human made thing, right? And say you hear a piece of music and you're like, man, this thing is so good. Like I really feel it, right? And then you find out it's actually AI. So, but the feeling was real. Like you felt what you felt as if like someone would be singing it, right? So, but then when you find out it's not real, it almost feels like a magic trick that's been revealed. Like I love magic, right? I love to watch magic, and I don't want to know how it's done either. Like I don't care. I just want to know. I just want to be like, oh my god, this is cool. But when you learn about a magic trick, the magic just is not there anymore. You know what I mean? Um, Even this right here, like, we didn't have this like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, where it's like if you liked an artist, you follow them, you follow their journey. If they put out a music, you just kind of connected with them through that and stuff like that. But now it's like we can do this real time. And if you're a super fan or if you really like what someone does, like you're there and you're showing up and you're friends. You know what I mean? You're friends with the artist in a sense, and I think that part, I don't know. I feel like we're so programmed to connect to people, and it is kind of difficult to not. It's kind of weird. It's like if we're just so wired that way. So what I'm saying is the only way that AI can completely like take over, I think it has to be like through like like the generations and generations of cleansing, and less generations have actual like human connection, and then at some point it just doesn't matter anymore. They don't care if it was like AI generated, which could be a possibility, and then like the music making process becomes like a retro thing, like, yo, that retro thing, or like someone who actually plays the guitar is like, whoa. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just kind of guessing. One but like the thing that I do know is uh it's a tool. It's a powerful tool. And I'm gonna start exploring it myself. I haven't yet. So everything you've heard from me so far is human made by me. Um and but I would like to explore it, and it can I think it can be a powerful tool, man. Powerful tool. And I think the average person probably doesn't care, but we do. AI is not a crutch for learning, it's a tool. Exactly. Exactly. Like I have contracts and agreements and stuff that I just like have AI look at, like Chat GPT, and it makes plenty of mistakes, but I'm like pretty versed in like music law myself, and I know how things work, so I can catch those mistakes, or even accounting things, right? Like I just like so so AI needs a supervisor, a human one who is versed in the field of whatever it is that it's doing. It can't be left alone by itself just yet. Um, just yet. I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna get there, but in the meantime, it's like this is it's a powerful tool, and you either use it to your benefit or you don't, and that's also okay. And then blah, 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 whatever, you know. But just yeah, it's funny. I changed her mind too, because she was like, "Oh, I don't know." And I was like, "No, dude, trust me. What you need is that and the Rick, Rubin book for like the psychological aspect of it. I haven't read the book either, so I'm not saying I actually read the book, but I have heard great things, and I really have watched a bunch of the podcasts when he was doing his podcast tour for the book. And I think as an up and coming artist or someone who's just like actually interested in the arts, I think it's a good way to, it's a good like a point of reference. You just kind of expand your vocabulary and your thought uh, expansion when it comes to, and we have like access to like Rick Rubin's like mind through a book. I think that's extremely valuable. So we live in a time when I was starting, it was just not this easy to learn. You know what I mean? Like you had to really dig deep into everything, but now it's just like everything is just like right there for you, and but then again, it's like how do you connect? I think that's why I'm saying actually writing a song that really 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 like resonates with like like millions and billions of people. It is harder than a heart surgery or like a rocket science. It's much harder because a rocket science thing or like a heart surgery, you go to school, you learn how things are done, and you learn how to do it. Like there's a path to learning how to become a surgeon. There's a path to learning how to become like a rocket science uh, guy or girl, but there's no path in writing a great song. There is zero path. You can learn, you can have the skill set, but it's such a mind and heart thing. And that's why it's like, it really brings me a lot of pain when it's so undervalued, man. Like people pretend or they think, oh, this music is just there, but it's not. It's like, it is much harder than all these other things. And to be able to write something like a piece of actually music that becomes like uh part of like someone someone else's experience without force. Like no one is forcing anyone to listen to anything. So if you choose to listen to something, it's like your choice. So literally like it goes against like free will, like if that makes any sense. It's like you can't escape a great song, it's magic. It's real life magic. I really see music as real life magic. And then you have people who like have made, who do happen to make a career out of like music. To me, I have respect for anyone who makes $1 from their music. Like I think it's just such it's a powerful thing. And it's, again, it's much harder than rocket science or surgery or any other thing, and it really is. It really, and that's why like everyone wants to be a rock star and a musician, but how many people get to do it? Like not that many, And also, it's hard to become a rocket scientist and like a heart surgeon too. I'm not saying it takes a lot of work and dedication and studying and but it's more tangible. It's like a tangible thing. But becoming a musician and like an artist is not tangible. It's just a dream. It's not tangible. Um and also the more success you get, the harder the mission it becomes. Like the whole thing. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff. Um but now you can have a button on an AI machine that goes, make me this thing, and then it makes that thing. And here we are. What what do I know? I don't know. But yeah, let's get back to this thing. But having said having actually said all this, I was so impressed. I mean, it's powerful. Suno is like crazy, and it can be very helpful for creating ideas. Cool. You know, also sometimes like I do stuff like this, and you think you're gonna like you'll actually keep it, but at the end it's like, oh, I'm not even gonna keep this. So, but I have a feeling I'm gonna keep it because I think it's cool. 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 Okay, and then this. Okay. Cool. All right, and then put it all together like that. Gonna get rid of this thing, and here we are. Nice. Gotta put this there. Actually, I'm gonna put this right here. And it's such a subtle thing, but but it really makes a difference, especially on that first kick. Like, listen without it, right? And then I put it back in. It's just a little detail. What up, Aldo? Wasabi. Ooh, by the way, I have a joke. What did Sushi A tell Sushi B? What did Sushi A tell Sushi B? Wasabi! I'll be here all day, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I think we do need I think we should have different snare for the vibes, vibity vibes. Also, I need a cool visualizer for the metering thingy. If anyone has any sort of a suggestion. I mean, I know the one that I want. I just don't know if it's gonna work with Studio One. Like the Serato one is so freaking awesome, dude. What do you call a fake noodle? What do you call a fake noodle? What do you call a fake noodle? I don't know. What do we call a fake noodle? This better be good because wasabi was cool. Uh, what do you call a fake noodle? Impasta. All right. That was pretty decent. That was pretty decent. It was impasta. Have you guys I don't know why this came to my mind. Have you guys? I'm sure you've seen it online, maybe not, because I just live in a different part of the internet. Sometimes I just have weird stuff that I like to watch. But you know that one, uh, like the morning news show that's in like Africa. It's like old, but it just became like a viral hit. Um, the guy's like, "Good morning. Why are you gay? Have you guys seen that?" Um, so basically that actually came to me because I um because then there's like a pastor who actually crashes the show. It's not even like he actually comes on the show. He actually crashes the show, and just being just like a pastor who is not for gay people. And the guy's accent, who's the host, he's like pasta, pasta. So it sounds like so it sounds like he's saying like pasta. Uh, so impasta. I don't know why that my actually brain went there, but it was really really funny. And if you haven't watched it, it's actually it's like it's really comedy gold, to be honest. Um, Good morning. Why are you gay? And it's so crazy because that clip came out, I think, like 12 years ago, and then like within the last like actually a couple of years it just blew up everywhere. And now it's just like it's just a meme. But yeah, let me find the snare. We need a 6 snare, man. Let me see, what is the snare we need for this? Yeah, it needs to be tight. And yeah, this isn't tight. We need something that's like really hits. This is too like it's good for 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 this section. Like that's nice. You've never seen it. I love the derail. Thanks for the ride. um it's so funny. Come on. Okay, do we just take a quick break and go watch that real quick together because it's hilarious? I don't know. To me, it's just so funny. It's ridiculous. That's what it is. But why are you gay? I'm just gonna change your mind. I'm gonna change the algorithm for you. It's a long interview. It's an hour and 10-minute thing, but I mean, it's comedy gold. It's this level of it's funny. It's just really really funny. It's like there are points of it that's just like extremely offensive, and but like it's so offensive that it's just funny, and it's just funny. But I'm gonna show you. um so this is like a trans person uh who's a man, and but was but he used to be a woman, of course, and now he's like a you know gay right activist, and he's on the show. And this is literally like, we're not making this up, this is how this show starts. Like, okay, let me see if I can put this on. The things I do for y'all. um okay, let me see. How do you not know this though? That's crazy. Dum dum ding.
welcome back. This is the topical discussion on the Morning Breeze on NBS Television. My name is Simon Kagwanjala, and well, we're also weighing in on the raging debate on homosexuality in Uganda, which is taking another twist today, with questions as to whether Uganda is indeed becoming a safe haven for homosexuals. President Museveni on Sunday, while attending the inauguration of the new Archbishop of the Church of Uganda at Namirembe Cathedral, insisted that, well, he had no problem with homosexuals as long as they did not promote the practice. Well, the media is also awash with stories of soccer ace Chris Mubiru molesting kids and, you know, having carnal knowledge with underage children deemed to be underage. We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What shows that I'm gay?
You are a transgender and you're a gay rights activist.
Just like straight into it. Like there's no, I mean, it's just like matter of fact. Like, good morning. Why are you gay?
And an outspoken lesbian, homosexual. How can I describe you?
She is, dude. He's just like, I don't even know where to start here. But let me just see. But honestly, he does handle it like really, really well.
I'm Pepe Julian Onzima. I'm an LGBTI.
What's that?
Activist. I'm a human rights defender. I'll get to what it is. I'm a human rights defender. Currently focusing on LGBTI issues. LGBTI means L is for lesbian, which...
By the way, just want you to know that you are gay. I know. This is, like, honestly, I could just watch this whole thing because it's... okay, so there are so many layers to it because, you know, by the way, this is... When is this? Oh, this one doesn't show, but this is like really, really, this is like 12 years ago or something like that. But it just goes to show like what the, it's just like, he's not trying to be mean or he's not trying to be like offensive. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. And it just goes to show also, if you are a gay person in that society, it goes to show like what they do have to deal with and stuff like that. Right. But just on like a surface level, it is just funny. Like, it's just funny. Like, who starts out the interview with anyone? Like, what should I call you? Mister? Miss? Why are you gay? Who said I'm gay? You are gay. Like, who says that, man? And I'm sorry if I brought this onto your algorithm, but it is hilarious and it just gets better. Like, it just gets better. Like,
is described as
it's an hour of gold, internet gold.
Women who are attracted to each other, females who are attracted to each other.
And then like in a mid show, he also says, so where is the H? And then he's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, it's not LGBTQIH. You're a human rights activist. So where is the H? And I'm like, man, this is just
mentally,
it's too good.
And physically. And then gay.
But he is, I mean, he's extremely composed, but also then like the pastor, he actually calls in, then he you know, and then he actually drives to the studio and then comes to the studio and then he's like, no, I'm not going to be here. And then he busts out like vegetables.
Leadership that is show.
So now this is the pastor right here, the guy in blue.
I'm sorry, it's just
he cannot just storm in. So if
he literally storms in the studio just to do this. Look at this. He's bringing in.
Before you go, do you recognize these things?
He's bringing in vegetables.
Sorry, can you give me a minute?
Do you recognize some of these things here?
Y'all don't understand. Like, this is so funny.
You see,
Pastor, aren't you being too harsh?
no.
Why for once can't you relax and then think about the pain they go through as society ostracizes?
You see, he's a nice guy, and he's like trying to empathize. And also again, you need to understand this. Uganda, and like 12 years ago, like what this guy is also doing is like pretty awesome, right? But you don't understand like the pasta, impasta, brought in the vegetables to demonstrate that if you are not a born male, this is how you do your obligations, is as how they say. This is on live television, by the way. Like, bro, we need more programs like this.
ebintu bino ze carrot ze bakozesa okiwulira bakozesa carrot zino ne befu oyo omwana gwolabye.
Bro, I just look at the host, and the host is also, it's just, yeah. And this is like pure human vibes too. Like, what, you can't have AI make this up. Come on, guys. This is like human gold.
Alowooza nti musajja, she thinks she's a man, but she does not have the equipment
Look
to be
at
a
the
man.
vegetables.
So what do? To be able to try and penetrate the other person, they use carrots, bakozesa carrot, okiraba, bakozesa amatooke.
I think you're being a little.
No. Bakozesa mbogoya. Bakozesa bino bichukamba. Nze mbadde mulago. I am a counselor. For many years I counsel people like her. When I counsel them,
It's comedy,
I
go.
discover that they have problems.
Anyways, let me just move forward. And then so he basically comes back eventually. And again, this is like real life stuff too. So like my hat goes off to him to like really have that level of actually composure and just rise above. Because look, man, I mean, like, I don't care if you actually support gay people or don't support gay people, or right, but like, I don't know, there's a way of going about things, right? But for the person who's being offended to not have a reaction and just keep their composure, I think that's like power. And it makes it that much funnier because it makes the other person also look that much more ridiculous.
Manyi sente zalina. Omuwala oyo alina sana muwala. Ekibuzaabuza nti olaba ekyana.
You eat them on your plate. Let's maintain civility. Pastor Semper argues that these are the instruments you use.
These are vegetables.
Yes.
Bino.
I eat this
Yes.
on my plate.
You eat them on your plate.
Yes.
You don't use them when you're having carnal knowledge.
Absolutely no, and Semper should stop misinforming the public.
Kati ono alimba. Me, I'm a counselor. I've counseled many of these. First of all, they start in secondary school. When
Why don't you start with counseling other than being confrontational
No,
to
this is
young
See, like the host is like a G. Like the host is a cool dude.
This one is an evangelist. This is a missionary of sodomy.
Missionary of sodomy. Like, what?
Ono muminsane yakulembera ekibondo kyabwe. Era gamba Uganda Africa Sodomy Association ono yakikulembera.
Uganda Sodomy
Balina
Association.
budget ya million $4 eza $. Amasuuti olowooza gano ga sente agajja mu wino.
Can you justify that? Just a second. Can you
Kati zino
justify?
kati zendia zino. Kati boze beti-
And he's about to eat it. Look at this too. He's also eating the thing on live TV, man.
Pepe, you are paid heavily to promote homosexuality in Uganda.
Ekyo.
What's your reaction?
It is not true. He claims I have a lot of money, I'm wearing fancy clothes and all that stuff. I do not even earn the amount of money he thinks. I do not even earn $100 a month or even.
Anyways,
I do not
it
make
gets
Pepe,
Mu ekirabo kyo.
have people like this lead our society,
Yes.
mislead our society.
This is us.
Is really appalling.
Get over it.
You know, my family
This is
supports
not
me.
San Francisco.
This is Uganda.
Have-
And let me tell you, Semper,
have you
I am not
have
going
you looked
anywhere.
at have you looked at Chris Mubiru's footage?
I have seen the red pepper stuff.
the is my
How did you feel? How did you feel?
I know how you.
I was outraged.
You're outraged.
You said
Why?
Mama
Why?
never-
Why?
Red pepper.
Ontology is the science of
It's
knowing
so
something.
funny to me. Who gives a shit?
No,
It's by choice that someone should have a channel.
no, let me tell you, kankikubuulire.
You cannot
Wuliriza.
not have children.
No,
Anyways, guys,
mutuyambe.
this is ridiculous and it's hilarious, and you have Kim to blame because she says, what is a fake noodle called? And it's an impasta. And then it took me to this video because he keeps saying pasta, and it's hilarious. But anyways, that was that. Now, if you didn't know about this clip, now you know, and it's part of your world. But it's just hilarious. It's just so funny. Blah, 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 blah. Where do I go? Oh, let's get back to making some music here, guys. Pasta. But yeah, I was actually looking for a sick this is like an acid house. Excuse me, it's like an acid house club. That actually might be interesting. Let's see. What I do want to keep though, because I have snare rolls. So I'm gonna keep the snare rolls, but I do wanna like this, that. So but let's see this could potentially work. Pasta. Happy Friday, guys, wherever you're watching from. Happy Friday, and let's get it. Honestly, whatever it is that you're trying to get, let's just get it. Let's see. I'm gonna mute the snare, and then let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, so it does have a lot of it has a lot of actually personality, which is what we needed. I wonder maybe the snare can actually come back now and just be like a layer. Yeah, we just needed the without it, it's kind of empty, you see? Also, maybe we can even make it a tad shorter so it's not as long. Pasta. Maybe a little bit longer. Just a tad. Okay, there you go. And then it's gonna be a cool vibe. Yeah, the snare is needed. Can pasta. That's funny. And you see like the actual switch up when it actually happens, and you hear a different kick. It just kind of makes it like it's like a different part of the song, and it just makes it feel different. So when like the actual, clap, not the clap, the actual drop hits, it just hits harder because you're not hearing the same kick. This is like catwalk vibes. One of the things I've always wanted to do, which, for example, this year we had like the Versace campaign where they used shushu. But I would love, because I love Saint Laurent, and I love for them, or to do like a collab with them and like actually design like the sound for like the whole show. That to me would be like a fucking awesome thing, and I would love that. But I want to see, because you said and this shit is so long. I'm trying to just find like a little clippy clip from it. Let me see. Saint Laurent. Interesting. This is more like day. This has to be like more like nighttime. Actually, I'm trying to find the perfect thing for it, but I don't know. Maybe it's this one. Perhaps. Actually, let's see. This one. This one is in Paris, I think. But it would go well with this. Let me see. Let's see. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels. I'd imagine me right there actually playing this. It'd be fire. Look at that slow-mo. Look at that slow-mo. Look at her though. Come on. I love her shit. I love the slow-mo. This is such a sick track. I don't care what anyone has to say. It's incredible. Such a vibe.
sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Line, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Line, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Line, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine.
That's freaking sick, bro. Oh my god, it's so fire. Yeah, that's dope. We'll get there. I'm putting it out there right now. Putting it out there right now. If the sound, it's just if like the, it's just, if like any sort of a actually creative, director that will potentially see this, I'm here to work. I'm here to design the whole thing. That'd be so cool. Also, this just kind of gave me an idea of like, man, like sometimes you gotta cut to the meat. And I'm like, man, did we just go straight into the just like start the track like this? Nah, I want to hear the build up, I think. It's so cool. This is such a cool track. Maybe I'll bring that halfway through. Now I do like a. So it needs to be. By the way, I am so happy that I get to do this with you. And if you're watching, I really appreciate you. And this actually genuinely makes me happy. I think it's fun to do this. And man, I'm just extremely grateful that I get to do it. And thank you for being here. Okay. Basically, for my next magic trick, I probably have to figure out, well, once like the track is done, because I think like these actually vocals are perfect for me to be able to finish the track and have it, go where it has to go. But then I just gotta find like who would be a sick artist to get on this that does like this kind of almost like a Pink Panther vocals meets like, I don't know who would be, but that would be the next step. Start tagging Vogue and YSL and everyone else. Let's do it. That would be amazing. Yeah, I want to put that on you guys. Say we want to hear AF in the next Paris Fashion Week. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Also, I don't know, maybe the kick or not the kick, but the snare. Not the snare. The hat can also be more more turn. Hat. Acid house. Hat. I want it to be like bold and like maybe, perhaps. I mean, that one is kind of a classic vibe. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see. By the way, this is a random thought. Just going to share it as I do everything on here. But it's so important to find like your happiness in life without any external factors. And what I mean by that is like, so many people like think, oh, like I'm going to get some money, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to be happy. Like, it doesn't work that way. And I think like happiness truly like it's like an internal thing. And I think we all have like a different kind of way to get there. But I think finding that, and just being very disciplined about like not letting anything kind of get in the way of your happiness. I think it's important because then say when you do have money or whatever, it just becomes that much more actually pleasurable. And also it like really helps you with like actual decisions like in your life, because when you aren't making actually decisions in from a place of happiness or like satisfaction or contentment, it's just like a different result than if it's like anxious or not happy. It's just a thought that I had, and I was actually thinking about it today. And while I work on music, I do get lost in my thoughts, and because I am streaming, I can share those lost in the sauce kind of thoughts with you here. And I think it's important because don't wait for any external factors to bring you happiness, because it just doesn't work and it won't work. And this is from just my life experience. I know we're all different, but yeah, just finding the thing that makes you happy in life, and doesn't have to be it just doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I think like it could be just like a moment of silence to yourself or whatever it is. But what I have learned is nothing in this world works in your favor if you're not working in your favor. Now that is deep, my friends. Nice. So I just wanted to layer, so see, like without this little guy that I just added, it would sound like this, which is fine. It's more like, it's more tamed. I just think that sounds much cooler. It's more bold. Also, it works really, really well with with the other thing. Add aggressive drums. Add aggressive drums. What does that mean?
Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off.
Very true. It is a state of mind. Yeah.
Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels,
So sick.
my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine.
Yeah, maybe I should bring that little thing back. It's like a... This is all the sound design stuff that really makes a difference, you know? Little things here and there. And also I'm going to put a little fade in.
sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fall off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fall off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine.
That would be cool. Maybe I'll do that too there too. Like boom, then doom, and then there.
Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue. Blue rebels, you fall off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fall off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fall off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fall off cloud nine.
Sick. Sick with it. So there's a thing that I would like to do, and you see that bass is kind of like mono-ish, and I want to like spread it a little bit on top, and this is actually a good plugin for it. I'll show you this. I use this a lot, and what you can do is you can make the frequencies that you want mono. Like I want to bring it all the way up to like 300 even, and then I can. I'm gonna put this bass track on a buzz so we can really affect it the way we want. Let's see here. I'm gonna put that there, get rid of this, and get rid of this. And then I'm gonna put a nice little multi-band on it, and then I'm gonna sidechain the bass part to that kick so it really hits hard, you know. Main kick. Also, there's another kick, which is this one, small kick. Call it small kick and main kick. So I'm gonna go back here. Then I want to go to sidechain. Then I'm gonna find my main kick, and I'm gonna find my small kick. So whenever these two are playing, it's just gonna sidechain the bass. It's gonna make nice room for it in the mix. Just how it goes. The real techno party up in this. This is the real techno party. Also, with the snare, let's sculpt that snare a little bit better too.
Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you
We're
fell
gonna
off cloud nine.
find
Online, hate my sunshine,
the frequency that gives the sizzle. We need more sizzle out of that snare. This is where the sizzle happens. Sizzle. Sizzle. So I'm gonna A/B it, listen. Without it, it's kind of tamed. With it, it gives a little bit of a bite. And when it comes to dance music, like that is like just crucial. Every single sound should be just so intentional and so like just cut through the mix, and don't ever be shy with any sound. Like every sound should be just like
online, hate
your
my sunshine,
face.
dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off
Also,
cloud nine.
the small kick.
Sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine,
Where's my small
sunshine,
kick?
dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine.
Oh yeah, there you are. Maybe let's make that small kick also a little bit.
Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine.
I mean, honestly, I think the perfect artist for this record would be Grimes. That would be cool if I can get her to do this.
Blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my
And I think she would fuck with this too.
off cloud nine.
Just saying.
My sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, hate my sunshine.
So without what I just did, sounds kind of flat. Just bringing a little bit more life into it, you know? And you know, sometimes I like to really exaggerate those like frequencies, and then you can just kind of pull them back. But it's just good to be able to really hear. There's a frequency in this that needs to be. Also, maybe make it shorter. Let's see. Yeah, I think a little shorter because it does drag, and we want it to be all tight, but still have a bite. We want it to be tight, but still have a bite. You're going to have to post your spicy pictures with this one. That's right. Also, I just like to color my drums brown. I don't know why, but it's just a good way to kind of keep track of everything, you know. And when you open up your sessions, you can see exactly where things are, you know. So we go here.
Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels.
And then maybe the main melody can be purple. Maybe we actually add like a sizzle sound at the end. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, there's like a sizzle happening already. Maybe I can add that sizzle on top of the other sizzle. Is it this thing? Yeah, I'm just gonna add it on top of that. And then maybe do a nice little fade out like that. I don't know. Just weird ideas that could work, or maybe not. You can see how much room the vocals take up too, you know, when you mute it. A match going out in water. That's very specific. Or a match strike. That could be cool. Would it be like that? It is interesting. It is interesting. Actually, I kind of like the match stuff there too. Maybe we can use some of that. Bam. It would be interesting. I also that's actually just kind of cool as a little, you know what I mean? That's cool. That whole sequence is dope. Maybe I'll move it a little bit this way. That. That's cool. I like it. What do we think? I love how dry this is. Maybe this could be maybe. See. Also, you know, a bass slide would be probably cool. I love that that I can't understand what you mean by that It's not a wet sound at all. Oh, like by like the dry, like what I actually mean by dry. Um, like um, like when you listen to the bass and the kick and the snare, like everything is just so dry. It's not like there's nothing. Everything is so dry. The only thing that's not dry is the little highlight thing that goes that, which again gives it the contrast, you know, and it makes it that much more dry. But it's just dry. It's just dry because also like you know, when you actually play like the actual drums like in a room, like you'll always get like a bit of an actual reverb from the space, right? That's just how sound works, you know. And that's a nice actually reverb right there, right? And so in a live recording, how you would battle that, you would do a close up. So it's like you know, closer like the mic is to the sound source, the more intimate it sounds, and the more space there is between the mic source and the mic, and the mic source could be like the kick and the snare or whatever. There's more space, so you can capture the space, so it becomes more wet. In this case, everything is so close. Now, you know, I kind of broke it down from like a live actually recording perspective, but you know, like the same actually principles still stand here, and that's why it just sounds so close and intimate, and it's dry. I hope that made sense. Frederick says you are a killer with a heart, with like an actual heart. So thank you. I guess not you are a killer, but it's just so dry. It's nice. I like it. It just becomes that much more intimate, you know. And also when you play it like in a room, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. And also the vocals when they sit on top of it too, like they're not that, they are kind of, you know, verby, so they kind of balance each other out. But see, now there's a lot of room here. And see, like the actual drums in the drop, they stay like still close, still intimate, but that lead is very big. So the contrast is like, so like the beat wants you to like move, you know, and like the lead makes you want to fly. So it's like a combination of wanting to move and wanting to fly. It's like you gotta find that. And you see, this is kind of back to the more like intimate, but it's becoming bigger and bigger. But that is just like that's just like you know science. That's like actual like an actual engineering fact. The closer you are, the more intimate, and the further you are from it, less intimate. And of course, because this mic here, I have a gate on it, and it takes away all the noise from the studio. But I will bypass it, and you can see what I mean by that. So when I bypass, and now I'm so close, up close to the mic, and then as I go further and further, you hear the room, you hear all the sounds reflecting, and because it's a stream and I want to make sure everything is actually sounding nice and clean, I can put on a gate and boom, it takes away all the noise and it makes it dead and intimate. It's like I'm right in your ears. right up in your ears. Very intimate. But yeah, anyways, that's just science. The closer you are to the mic, the more intimate, and the further away, less intimate. Which you know, you have to realize, and again, these are the things that, like, of course you won't get with AI, but like the science behind actual recording, like all the songs that you hear from like the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even some of the 90s stuff that were like bands, like the actual recording engineers, like they had to take into like actual consideration, like how to actually record this band. And you know, that's why, like, say like the 80s, like you got the snare, you know, like the famous like 80s snare has a lot of reverb. Let me see if I can pull an 80s snare up for you so you can hear what I'm talking about. But everything is so big, like that. That's because they actually recorded the room, right? It's not so that's like the sound of the room, right? Versus say my snare here that I have, and it's definitely is more dead, meaning there's no room. It's just more close to the mic, the way it was recorded. Anyways, that's just what it is. Little nerdy talks, but it's my life. One, two, three. One time for the boys, three times for the village, five times to the go to right down to the 10, something, down, and the sense. I mean, it's and I don't ever win, I don't know what to say, what to do. All I know is how to prove. Spooky season. It's a spooky season. 1, 2, 3. Spooky season. That's actually funny. So now let's bring it back to vocal and you'll see how everything works together.
Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic my sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Sunshine, hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine.
also, even with this one, you can kind of create a bit more actually tension. So when that second drop comes in, even hits harder. So kind of like that.
Sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine.
And then the match. You know, the match at the end, though. It's cool. I like that. Ouch. It's cool though. Definitely cool.
Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off cloud nine. Chronic online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off online, hate my sunshine, dark blue ripples, you fell off.
Why not? Let's see what happens. One more time. Just kind of create tension. It is not cool. It's fire. we like the spectrum visualizers down here, yeah? It's actually here, yeah? Cool, I like it. Kind of adds a line, you know, another visual thing to the mix.
Hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Corner, online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Corner, online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Corner, online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine.
That crash is interesting.
Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. You fell off cloud nine. You fell off cloud nine.
Cool. The storytelling of it is awesome.
Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. My sunline, hate my sun sign, dark blue rebels, you fell.
I'm gonna add a tremolo at the end of that vocal thing so I can make it go blah, blah, blah. You'll see. It's just a cool trick. I'm also interested in potentially a bass slide here and there. Let's see if we can find one. That one sounds interesting enough. Okay. It just has to be short and fast. Honestly, I'm gonna stretch it in. Maybe. Let's see.
Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rose you fell off cold mine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rose you fell online hate my sunshine, dark blue rose you fell off cold mine. My sunline hate my sunshine, dark blue rose you fell off cold mine. Hate my sunshine, dark blue rose you fell off cold mine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rose you fell off cold mine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rose you fell off cold mine. Online hate
Like that? It's kind of interesting. I always love a bass slide. Makes me happy. I don't know why.
Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. My sunline hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. My sunshine, dark blue rebels you fell off cloud nine. Sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine. Online hate my sunshine, dark blue rebels, you fell off cloud nine.
Okay.
My sunshine, dark blue rose, you fell off cloud nine. Cool, 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 mine. My sunshine, dark blue rose, you fell off cloud nine.
Okay, I think that's cool. Let me listen to it without the vocals for a second, then see what we gotta do here. That's cool. That is cool. But yeah, I think we've been on for about 2 hours now, and I am hungry. I'm gonna actually go eat something. And maybe I'll come back tomorrow. We'll see. It's Saturday. But if not, I'll be back. You'll see me here. You will get the notification if you're subscribed. And it was fun. Happy Saturday to y'all. And I think this track is coming along pretty well. Again, it was a random idea that I had, and again, everything that I make is pretty much a random idea that I have. But hopefully it'll turn into something cool, and we will release it. Palm Trees on Fire. Palm Tree on Fire is the next release, and I'm gonna work on the release date and also the cover art. I have some ideas, but it's gonna be exciting. The master sounds amazing. I'm so excited to share with you guys, and this has been cool to be able to also make music, and hopefully I'll put out actually Zodiac as well. So most likely that's gonna be the first one that I've done on stream that I can also put out. But it's been fun to make music like live and to be able to share this whole thing with y'all. And yeah, have the rest of your Friday wherever you are. Thank you, Kim, and thank you so much for all the love. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook as well as YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and wherever you're watching from. I will see you guys on the other side. Take care of yourself, and we shall keep on going. See you on the other side. Bye.